Which artist influenced you?
People like Prince Buster. I mean, that's where we got our name, it was an old Prince Buster song, Madness. And Jimmy Cliff, and
Lee
lots of
Perry.
people. Yeah, Lee Perry, Duke Reed.
Oh, I just really like the sound. I like the fact that it's fast and you can dance to it.
It's Jamaican, I suppose. I like sort of reggae, that sort of beat, the black music beat.
Well, ska originated in Jamaica. It was a cross between really the local sort of indigenous music and the rhythm and blues of the 1950s in America. A lot of the musicians in Jamaica listened to those records. You know, that very strong backbeat was on the piano, but mixed up with their local sort of traditional music, and that noise that on the guitar, ska, is where the name ska originated from.
Think I never see you when you jump over the wall. You think I never see you when you're activating for me. Say I hit make it pop you too fast. I hit when you accidentally fall. It make hear she crying out the ice water.
Very easy to dance to. It's the words and the lyrics always say something.
It's a lot of fun to go to. People don't just sit around.
I come to dance. That's the whole thing about ska, is to dance and have a good time.
I check you out and you cool girl. I dig you out and you cool girl. Rock it till it's Tuesday. I told you once and I told you twice. But sweet and it goes to the running belly down me say.
What exactly about the music, the ska music, is it that you like?
Well, I think for us, in England it was a very big thing, you know, in the 60s and early 70s. I don't really know why. There's no real reason for it, but we just started picking up old records and getting interested in it, and
It made us sort of different to a lot of other groups
yeah,
at
right.
the time, because there wasn't any other groups playing it. You know, they were all sort of punk groups or just some of the older groups.
Which sort of bands are you listening to?
Oh, they're mainly English bands, Madness, but we also follow Strange Tenants and Hangovers.
What about Australian ska bands? Are there some good ones around?
Yeah, there's some really great ones. I don't think there's enough of them, but
Which ones in particular?
I like the Hangovers and Bluebeard All Stars, of course. There's one here.
I went up to right, see what I find. I looked in the window, they go down the point. The people were busy, with no time to spare. They packed in the Eighties, I realized then that they don't even care. We didn't say when I'm in our sides and take a walk with me. I'll take you on a guided tour of things you never say.
Basically, with the rude scene, it's very anti-racist. Nobody, like everybody is equal, black and white.
Ska music became almost to the forefront musically in an attack on racism and fascism, and so out of that it became quite acceptable. People began to accept it and also almost demanded that ska sort of make some statements.
How does the Australian music industry treat ska bands?
Well, they haven't treated them very well. I think they've tended to see it as just being a little passing fad. Yet, I mean, it's been going in Australia for 4 or 5 years now, and bands like ourselves, and bands like the All Nighters and No Nonsense in Melbourne at one stage, early in their career, were playing ska. Have all been very popular, and always been very good, successful live bands, but none of them have ever really got support from major record companies, and I think that's held back the music in this country, but I think it's a credit to the bands that they've ploughed on.
ska?
Well, as far as ourselves anyway, Strange Tenants, we've moved on. I mean, ska and reggae were like the foundations which we sort of built for the band, but now the songwriting in our band has developed beyond ska and reggae, and our own music is much more sort of diverse and more original. But there's still, in Australia, still quite a few young ska bands around. There's the bands like the Hangovers in Sydney, Off the Shelf, there's a band called Looney Tunes in Melbourne, there's bands Furious Turtles in Queensland. They seem to pop up everywhere because I think it's such great dance music. I think it's the same as soul music in America in the 60s, influenced a lot of music in latter years. Ska has done the same, just the very fact of instrumentation. A lot of bands started using brass for the first time because they'd seen ska bands use it, so even that sort of thing, ska has been able to leave an impact on music.